Ski Television is brought to you by Columbia's Omni-Heat. Keep your warmth, not your sweat. Miele, making premium German appliances since 1899. And by Ski Vermont, winter in its original state. This week, it's Alberta's Big Three as Martha Lee skis Banff National Park. On the freestyle file, it's a high-flying Travis Garretts. And then later in the show, Josh Foster gets hip on his skis.
And over the next few days, we are going to find our wild in three of Canada's most pristine ski areas in Banff National Park. Join me and you'll soon see why each of these mountains has a unique experience your family won't want to miss.
Banff National Park is home to three of the world's finest ski resorts: Mount Norquay, Lake Louise, and Sunshine Village. Located within a UNESCO World Heritage Site, the three resorts offer over 8,000 acres of skiing with terrain suited for the entire family. Stunning mountain backdrops and plenty of light, dry snow are just a few of the reasons skiers find this area unforgettable. And when it's time to take a break, the town of Banff offers great shopping, dining, and entertainment options.
We start our adventure at Sunshine Village, where a short gondola ride whisks you away from it all, to a magical place renowned for massive annual snowfall up to 9 meters. With 3 mountains to explore and more than 3,300 acres of skiable terrain, Sunshine Village has something to make every skier in the family smile. We weren't let down today, greeted by Sunshine's infamously soft, friendly snow base and unmatched landscapes.
Sunshine's known for its absolutely fantastic natural snow, which we get lots of, especially on a year like this. And even in I would say what we would call in Western Canada bad snow year, Sunshine is by far and away the best.
Sunshine Village, the Lake Louise ski area, and Banff Mount Norquay are where my own children have grown up skiing. The combination of rosy cheeks, jumps and bumps, favorite tree trails, and savory mountain poutine have nurtured a love for skiing that will last a lifetime. All 3 mountains offer world-class children's programs, giving parents the chance to enjoy a romantic ski date, knowing their children are in good hands.
Sunshine's a great place to bring your family, and I'd like to point out the Tiny Tigers Daycare, which is a licensed facility for up to 45 kids. You can drop your child off there, or your children off there for the day. We take kids up to 6 years old there, and it's got its own little magic carpet lift dedicated to it right there beside it. And we do this learn to ski and play program called Tiny Tigers out of that facility, where they go in maximum group sizes of 3, so 1 instructor and no more than 3 kids, and they can start skiing on that little magic carpet lift. And we get kids in Tiny Tigers skiing, doing laps on goat's eye with their instructors. So we've got a really good program there for little kids. We have great kids programs for children that are older, 6 to 12-year-olds. We call it Kids Campus. And the Kids Campus program comes in a full-day package where you drop your child off at 10:30 in the morning, you pick them up at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. We feed them a really good lunch over the course of the day, and we ski them all over the mountains. So we explore new places, we take them on new terrain, and we teach them how to ski or snowboard. Sunshine's really well known for its fabulous terrain. We have about 75% beginner and intermediate terrain, which makes it really great for families. And we get a lot of families up here that can ski together because of that terrain. What we call the upper mountains, that's Standish and Lookout, offers a lot of really great skiing, but a lot of intermediate and easier runs. Goat's Eye has a lot of steep runs. It's 1,900 vertical feet with a 5-minute chairlift ride. And it's there's one sort of green-blue run down, but the rest are all black diamonds and double black diamonds. So it really added a great side to the ski area that we never had before. We also opened Delirium Dive a few years back, probably almost 10 years ago now, which opened up some extreme terrain for us, and the Wild West, which is the same.
Most families today include a park rat, and Sunshine Village has more than 8 acres of terrain parks for anyone who prefers to spend their time soaring through the air or sliding a rail.
Well, the only on-hill accommodation in the Banff National Park is right there at the Sunshine Mountain Lodge. About 3 years ago, when we rebuilt the west wing of the hotel, and we put in some really nice luxury rooms where they've got all the best amenities, and they've got beautiful views out over the mountains and the Standish chairlift. It's a fabulous experience.
Sunshine Village is less than 15 minutes away from the town of Banff, a shopper's paradise featuring dining options to satisfy everyone's appetite. With so many restaurants to choose from, we are heading to Melissa's, a long-standing locals' favorite known for home-style breakfasts and tantalizing Alberta steaks.
Regardless of where you choose to eat in Banff Lake Louise, you can't go wrong. How's your dinner?
Very good.
Coming up, the unique beauty of Lake Louise.
Next stop, the Lake Louise ski area, familiar to many as the venue for the men's and women's World Cup races. What all of these incredible athletes have in common is that somewhere along the way, they fell in love with that feeling of freedom you can only experience on a pair of skis. Kids of all ages are falling in love with that same feeling here at Lake Louise.
So one of the big projects this past summer was the removal of an old T-bar and the installation of 2 new magic carpets, which are a much more beginner-friendly lift, especially for small children, much less intimidating and much more approachable for people who are new to the sport.
Well, I've been skiing here at Lake Louise for about 20-30 years, and having this beginner area is just fantastic. To have my daughter go and learn to ski here is just magical, and having the magic carpet, it's just so good because she kind of feels like she's on her own a little bit. She has some accomplishment, she has fun with it. It's so easy, and it's just the perfect place. I mean, look at the mountains around here. It's just awesome, and she genuinely loves it.
We do have a daycare that's open 7 days a week, all season long, so families who do wish to come up with small children can put their young children, as young as 3 or 4, in the daycare and can purchase the option to have additional lessons as part of that daycare package. And they're little 1-hour segments throughout the course of the day, and they each have their own focus, whether it's using a chairlift or using the magic carpet or just specific skiing technique.
Well, when I was a kid and a teenager, our family all learned to ski together at the same time, and honestly, some of my best family vacation experiences, memories, were skiing out in the mountains. And now I'm thrilled we got another generation. My wife, she loves to snowboard, and now my daughter, she's so excited to go out and ski. And all summer she's asking, waiting when the snow was going to come, and now it's here, and we're out skiing together as a family, and it's just fantastic.
The skiing here is phenomenal. We have 140 runs, over 4,000 skiable acres of terrain, and one of the things that appeals most to families especially is that all of our lifts have green and blue runs down from the top, so families can enjoy the entire mountain together without having to split up for the day.
Everybody starts somewhere. And hey, who knows? Maybe someday we'll see Marshall, Alicia, or Sierra right here representing Canada on the Lake Louise World Cup track.
You don't have to be a world-class ski racer to be challenged by over 3,000 vertical feet at Lake Louise. Your biggest challenge might be resisting the urge to stop at every turn to take in the views.
Well, Lake Louise, I think, is known far and away for its natural setting and incredible scenery. We're located in a national park, so there's unspoiled wilderness in all directions and incredible mountain scenery in all directions as well. The lodge at the 10 Peaks here at the base is a newer lodge that was built with logs that were cut all from our ski hill in the creation of a gladed area and a run on the front side. So it's a great example of reusing the resources that were removed to create some additional ski terrain here. All sorts of food outlets, from sit-down, full-service restaurants to cafeteria to pub to everything in between.
Lake Louise is a true mountain town, its ambiance heightened with its own shops and restaurants. Fairmont Chateau Lake Louise is arguably one of the most romantic places in the world. Even if you are not staying at the chateau, a skate on Lake Louise, a horse-drawn sleigh ride, or a glass of wine is certain to enrich your visit to the Rockies.
The Freestyle File, in partnership with Columbia, proud supporter of the Canadian Freestyle Ski Team and its athletes.
Hi, my name is Travis Garretts. I'm 21 years old. I've been on the Canadian National Freestyle Ski Team for the last 6 years. Grew up in Milton, Ontario, and I skied out of Snow Valley Ski Resort. My job is pretty awesome. Yeah, I was put in gymnastics when I was just 2 years old. I learned how to ski when I was 6. And then I became a trampolinist, so I kind of put all that together and turned me into an aerialist. My best result to date would probably be my 6th place finish at World Championships in 2011, which also allowed me to earn the International Rookie of the Year award. Last winter season I ended up tearing my MCL and my meniscus while I was in a World Cup in Lake Placid, New York. Since then I had surgery for my meniscus, and I'm more than 100% right now and super stoked for this season. This year I have a new trick called the double full, which is a quadruple twisting triple backflip where in the first flip you're doing 2 full twists. It's a tough trick, but I'm excited to learn it anyways. I'm a pretty easygoing kind of guy. I'm a bit of a perfectionist, but just super stoked on adrenaline and always pushing for that next goal. I want to go skydiving and got a lot of projects that I want to do after my career, like wingsuit base jumping. My goals this season would be to podium on the World Cup circuit a few times. I'd also like to podium at World Championships, and ideally I qualify for the Olympics this year. The Olympics are only a year and a half away now, so it's really not even that far. Our Olympic qualification process starts now, and super stoked to get there.
Coming up, Banff's historic Mount Norquay. And now it's time for this week's web poll. Which American racer has the best chance of winning a Crystal Globe this season? Is it A, Ted Ligety, B, Lindsey Vonn, or C, Michaela Schifrin? Log on to snowsportsculture.com today and take the poll.
Our final stop is Mount Norquay, overlooking the town of Banff and the first ski resort to open in Canada this season. Norquay will forever hold a special place in my heart. One of the best moments of my life was when both of my sons were tucked under my arms, riding the Cascade chairlift, our first ever family day skiing together. Norquay has touched the lives of many and has a rich history that continues to evolve.
Well, Norquay is the first ski area that was skied in Banff, and people have been enjoying the slopes of Mount Norquay since 1926. Recently at Norquay we've added a tubing park, and along with snowshoeing and sightseeing to the Cliff House, it's really turning Norquay into a family activity centre for winter activities, and now we're looking forward to expanding into summer and continuing to add to what Norquay can offer to the public and get more people out enjoying the mountains and enjoying Banff National Park. Being so close to the town of Banff, it's easy to get up here, ample parking, and then it's a great area where people can find themselves easily. You know, I mean, we have a few chairlifts that all finish near the bottom of the slope, so families don't necessarily you know, have to look out for each other. They can send off kids to different chairlifts and have a blast skiing on their own, and then all catch up at lunchtime. You know, and with the tubing and snowshoeing. So we'll see lots of families that'll split up different activities throughout the day and totally just have something for everyone.
Mount Norquay is a mecca for developing ski racers and even has runs named after local greats Thomas Grandy and the Minots.
Thanks to some local sponsors in town, every kid in Banff gets a season's pass at Mount Norquay. So we're pleased to have all the local kids come up here and ski. So when they have half days on Friday, they're all up here. And it's a great, you know, atmosphere. You know, all the town people are up here having a blast. On the weekends, a lot of people come in from Calgary, lots of ski school programs. And then obviously also Banff being an international destination, we do get people from all over the world here. On our 85th anniversary, we decided to do 85-cent skiing. And it was such a hit that we decided to just keep going with it, and we changed it into the Toonie Thursdays. We do it once a month, and people come out in massive groups. We see rear entry boots, old skis, people in jeans, and we see people from all over the place. So it's really fun and exciting to get people out on the slopes, and they're usually really, really exciting, great days.
Norquay completes the Big Three, along with Sunshine Village and the Lake Louise ski area. There are several convenient ways to take advantage of skiing at all three mountains.
So the Tri-Area Pass covers all three resorts within the Banff Lake Louise area. So that's Mount Norquay, the Lake Louise ski area and Sunshine Village. So that's almost 8,000 acres of terrain, all on one ticket. With that as well, it includes all your transportation from your hotel to the ski area, as well as the night skiing and night tubing here at Mount Norquay. New this year from Ski Banff Lake Louise Sunshine is the sightseeing lift ticket. So this means that the non-skiers and snowboarders in your group can still join the whole family at the top of the mountain. At Norquay, you can get onto the big chair, which is the North American chair, up to the Cliff House. At the Lake Louise ski area, you can hop onto the Grizzly Express gondola to have a view at the top. And at Sunshine Village, you can go on the gondola as well as the Angel Express chair.
Accommodations in Banff Lake Louise run the grommet, from family-friendly hostels to the Fairmont Banff Springs Hotel. There are many comfortable places to stay in between, including the Banff Caribou Lodge that has its own private ski school and luxurious spa. What a relaxing way to end your ski day.
Coming up after the break, we're going to talk about how to use your hips for ski performance. Please stay with us.
Ski Tips with Josh Foster. Sponsored by Canada's favorite family ski resort, Big White, in Thompson, Okanagan, near Kelowna, BC.
You know, your hips is pretty much where most of your body mass is when you're skiing, you know, and if your hips are in a really good spot, well, then you can use them to your advantage. If they're not in a good spot, well then balance and ski performance becomes a little bit of a problem. If your hips are too far forward, that puts the weight to the shovel of the ski. If your hips are too far back, well that puts your weight right to the tails of the skis. And if the hip moves in without everything else coming in, well that puts you too far to the inside and to your inside ski. That's no good. I'm going to show you how to use your hips today. So if I can get a good alignment in my hip, I can use my hip to create some acceleration. So to get that power, that acceleration into my turn, what I want to feel is I want to feel that my hip kind of leads that movement to the inside. When we're skiing, we get power from our hips, we get direction from our knees, and we get fine tuning from our ankles, much like a pitcher throwing a baseball. Check this out. When you watch that pitcher from behind home plate, when they take their wind up, the power comes from the shoulder. The direction, whether the pitch goes inside or stays outside, comes from the elbow, and the stuff comes from the wrist. We're going to use that here in a ski turn, see how it goes. So when I start my turn, I move in with my hip, then direction from my knees, then fine tuning from my ankles right there. So because I've got that good alignment, when I move into the turn, the hip goes first, then the knees, then the ankles. So as I move into the turn, the hip goes first, that's where the power comes from. Get the direction from the knees, and then that fine tuning, I get that from my ankles, but it's a pretty quick sequence. It's kind of hips, knees, ankles, hips, knees, ankles, hips, knees, ankles. So as my turn progresses, feel that power and that acceleration by feeling that sequence of moving to the inside where I get the power from my hip, I get the direction from my knees, and I get the fine tuning from my ankles. But it's a really quick sequence. It's kind of hips, knees, ankles all at the same time, somewhat simultaneous. Too far forward, that's no good. Too far back, that's no good either. I hope that one works for you. From beautiful Big White Ski Resort, Canada's favorite family resort just outside Kelowna, British Columbia, I'm Josh. We'll see you next time.
Combined, the 3 resorts cover more than 8,000 acres of skiable terrain, all accessible with one tri-area pass. The fact that Banff National Park is part of a UNESCO World Heritage Site means that this beauty and these landscapes will never ever be touched. And that's a big reason why families keep returning to the Banff Lake Louise area. That's all the time we have for today. I'm heading up for my last run. Take care. See you soon.
Ski Television has been brought to you by Columbia's Omni Heat. Keep your warmth, not your sweat. Miele, making premium German appliances since 1899. And by Bollé. If you never try, you'll never see.